All right, this is Mark Adams with fourquartersonline.com, and I'm here with Godby head football coach, Coach Brandon McCray. Coach, man, congrats on the big senior night win, a resounding win over FAMU High last Friday. I know it really, you don't get a chance to play at home too often, but I know that was a great way to send off your seniors.
It really was, man. It was a great afternoon. Anytime you can go out and represent Godby on the Legends field, Jesse Ford field, it's always a great thing. It was really good for our seniors and our young players that have been working hard on some things in practice to actually go out and execute at a high rate.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good thing for us against a team that a lot of people it's a smaller school, but FAMU High and Coach Jones, they're really growing something special over there as well. So it was a great opportunity to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a chance to watch the first half, really kind of back and forth. I know you guys were really trying to get in position to contain their quarterback, Barrett. He kind of made a couple of plays before your defense kind of settled in. But man, you really had a great showing on defense as the game went on through the second quarter, and then in the second half, had a kid with 5 sacks. So that's always something we take note of over here.
Yeah, that's Jeremiah Parker. He really, he's been close on a lot of sacks throughout the year. He's been growing and learning under Coach Lewis, our defensive line coach. And he went out and had a good game for us, and we needed it. Because FAMU High, like you said, they did have some big plays on us. When you play a team, and that's something we've been stressing with our defense. Sometimes you're gonna play a team with playmakers, which FAMU High has, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna do some things outside of what you've seen in practice. And the challenge for our team has been, can we play hard even when people do stuff that we hadn't seen before? And so, early on we struggled a little bit with it. Later on in the game, those guys like Jeremiah and Xavier Young and Deshaun Rucker and K1 Banks, those guys, stepped up to the challenge.
Right, Coach. Talk about your quarterback. He had an amazing night. Really hung a lot of points on the board. Just seemed kind of really in a rhythm with his offense, especially in the second half.
Yeah, Lonnie Williams, he's been buying his time and learning under some great quarterbacks before him. His biggest thing is just trying to get consistent. When he gets on a roll, he's a guy that can really be a difference maker for us. The biggest thing is just, when those bad plays happen, kind of putting them out your mind. Because he had an interception that he threw earlier where he, just made a bad read and he had somebody open, just kind of went the wrong place with the ball. But he's learned from those mistakes throughout the year, and we think he's going to be a valuable weapon for us in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking about the playoffs, we'll not want to look too far ahead because you got Lincoln coming up again. What are some of the things you're looking for as far as this has been a weird season so far um, from your team where you kind of feel like are we where we need to be? Are we still looking for improvement in certain areas? Or if anything, what do you feel like is been clicking for you guys as of late?
Always looking for improvement. Really our running backs. We know we got in those guys, Chase Gillespie and Mason Anderson. We know we're going to be able to depend on them. It's the challenges, getting our young receivers around them to reach their full potential. We know we need that. When you look at the teams that we could possibly play in the playoffs, like a Rickards, a Swanee, and we got deep into the playoffs. You think about playing a team like Miami Northwestern, you're gonna have to be balanced. You're gonna have to be able to run and throw to beat a team with that caliber of players. And so, we have to use this time, and we've been using this season to really develop, our team as a whole, not just, rely on the stuff that we know is there.
Right, right. Coach, thank you for taking our time with fourquartersonline.com. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Good luck in our final matchup against the Trojans coming up shortly. And we hope to see you guys in the playoffs.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All All right, this is Mark Adams with fourquartersonline.com, and I'm here with Munroe Bobcat head coach, Coach Alex Leyky. Thank you for joining us here. We appreciate you taking our time out of your very busy schedule, and I know you have to be very busy because anybody who's undefeated is must be game planning constantly. So let us into a little window that is Munroe Bobcat football this year, because I'm not sure, but I don't know if you guys have you been 7-0 before in school history, or is this the first time?
I haven't found. I think we've got a coach on staff. Clay Faust has been with the program for Lord knows how long, a really long time, and he even said that. I think it was after the 6th game. He said, "I don't think we've ever been 6-0. So 7-0 is just icing on the cake at this point."
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations. So far, it's been so good, and you got some incredible playmakers. We've had a chance to watch. I think it was Xavier Gray really had an outstanding game last week. And then, of course, Damani Frazier has been our 2-time player of the week so far this year on offense. Man, your defense, I think they pitched 3 shutouts this year so far. Talk to me a little bit about some of the guys on that side of the ball.
Oh, defense has been just amazing. I'm calling the defense and loving every second of it. I mean, it really starts with us. We've played some guys in multiple positions. We've got those same guys that are playmakers on offense are very multiple athletes and tools on defense, because it really starts with our anchors in the middle. Aristotle Cummings and PJ Dickey on the inside on our defensive line have just been outstanding, and they keep getting better every single week. And those are 2 big guys. I'm glad I don't have to block them. Our defensive ends are really young. Tyler Dickey, actually Tyler's a junior. Keyshawn Mashburn's a freshman, and those 2 guys have just been getting after it. I mean, we totally changed our scheme from the past couple of years. We'd been more of a when I first got there with Coach Gaddy, we were in the stack business a little bit, running a lot of odd fronts, slanting guys, bringing pressure. And last year we were more of a 4-2-5, kind of the trend among high school defenses last year. This year we're more of a 4-3, and it fits our personnel a lot better. And it lets those big guys just get after it up front. And those guys in the front have been outstanding. We've played some. Our inside backers have been kind of different week by week. Xavier Gray played a little bit in there early on. Jalen Kelly's been a guy in there. Jalen Denson, who I think is one of the shortest guys on our team. He just has such a great motor, and he flies around. He's played in there. Luke Drude's played well in there. We even put Damani Frazier in there last game, and he had his kind of breakout defensive game. He's been toting the rock really well for us, but he made some huge plays on defense. Those guys on the back end, I think, get kind of underappreciated. I mean, we've Jaquez Price was a guy that, I think a lot of people thought of as just a basketball player, and he came out and he's been a lockdown corner for us. I mean, he's been amazing. Devontae Wilson is he's the real deal. He's played corner. He's played some strong safeties and free safety. I mean, he's flying around making plays all over the place. Roger Payne's played some really great lockdown corner especially against spread teams, where we got to match up with people and mix up some coverages and things. Harrison Sadberry stepped in and played really well, and he was a guy that only played baseball at Munroe for the past 3-4 years. So, it's been really great working with those guys and watching them develop with the staff over the course of the year, because today it was so funny. I mean, we're going on week I think it's 10 of practice or 11 of practice, whatever it is. And I think we had the most fun today, just getting after it and guys holding each other accountable. I mean, it was so much fun. A lot of times you get to this part in the year and it just kind of drags.
Yeah, winning is fun.
It's been a blast with this group of kids, man. They've come together, and our staff is a great group of guys, and they just do a great job. And we compete every day. And then that's been, people keep asking me what's been the difference between, this year and last year. And last year we didn't have this staff. We didn't have the depth, and we didn't have guys competing like they compete every single day. I mean, we practice so physical every single day. And it's been, I've always been a big believer in, practice should be harder than the games. And I think a lot of people kind of get away from that. But we get after it, and it's been an absolute just joy working with these kids and just how they've come together. And they've set all the goals for us this year. And they hold each other accountable. It's whenever you have a player coach team, it's always a heck of a lot better than a coach team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Coach, I know you have really enjoyed this run so far. Looking ahead, you still a couple of weeks of football left before the playoffs. Are there any intermediate goals that you guys are trying to accomplish just on the regular season? Just things that you'd like to have happen? I know you guys have 1,000-yard rusher so far. You've got another. I'm pretty sure your quarterback is thrown for, if he hasn't thrown for over 2,000, he should be very close to it. And are there any other particular milestones you'd like to accomplish here in the regular season?
It's funny. I'm not a big stats guy. I've always, we preach a lot about, energy and effort. And, we talk a lot about getting 1% better every day. And a lot of times people just kind of, glaze over those things. But, last week we played a pretty good Bronson team, and probably one of the better teams we've played to this point in this year. And
the score did not reflect that.
Well, I tell you what, and I know I keep telling people it was really misleading. I thought we played probably our best game of the year. And they were coming off a really long bus ride, and it's crazy to say. I don't know if people, the whole public versus private debate is always out there. I don't know. As far as milestones, I think, we talk about going 1-0 each week. Right. Everything that's already happens in the rearview mirror, and we're moving on from it, which has been a great, practice for us for the playoffs. That's when we get to that. We've treated every game, the second half of the season as if it's a playoff game. We're just trying to go 1-0 each and every week.
Right.